Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, an absolutely beautiful day to lose our collective minds over some daytime television drama. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and buckle up because we have so much to unpack today, and my blood pressure is literally through the roof. Let's dive right in. Oh my god, I am literally screaming. I was eating dinner, literally just having some pasta, and I choked. I actually choked on my food and had to pause the TV and text my friend immediately because I cannot handle the absolute unhinged chaos that is happening in Port Charles right now. I can't even deal right now. The audacity of these writers to just drop bomb after bomb on us on a random Thursday. I am pacing my living room like a maniac because every single storyline right now is giving me a heart attack. Okay, but listen, we have to start with the Quartermain boathouse because my jaw dropped and it is still on the floor. So picture this. We are still at the Quartermain boathouse, right? And Harrison Chase is there talking to Willow Kane, and they are in their bathing suits, which, by the way, we all know Michael Corinthos totally orchestrated because he is setting up this massive, twisted cheating trap to push them together. Michael is literally playing chess with real human beings, and it is sick, but honestly so entertaining. But anyway, Willow looks at Chase and she makes him an offer. She looks at her ex-husband while she is literally currently married to Drew Kane, who she is secretly drugging and keeping in a locked-in state, which is insane, by the way. And she says, what if there was a position? It's more in line with your skill set. I'm dead. I am literally deceased. What kind of job is Willow Kane offering a detective? And wait, the rumors are saying this job might be in Washington, D.C.? I'm screaming. Why is she trying to ship him off to D.C.? Or is she trying to go with him? I was like, are you serious right now, Willow? She is standing there, acting all innocent and sweet, playing the victim, while she is literally committing felonies behind closed doors with Drew, and now she's trying to play career matchmaker for Chase. Does Chase even want a job in DC? He is a Port Charles cop through and through. Why would he do that? He wouldn't. But he is so blinded by his sympathy for her right now because she was just crying to him about how she doesn't want to be married to Drew anymore. She is playing him like a fiddle. She needs to get it together, I swear. Oh, wait, before that happened, actually. Tracy Quartermain was lurking, yes. Tracy Quartermain, the absolute iconic queen of lurking and ruining everyone's day, just happens to walk by the boathouse, and she sees them together. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen. Tracy is standing there, and she sees Chase and Willow looking way too cozy in their swimwear. And you just know Tracy's not going to let this slide. She won't like what she sees at all. Tracy already has so much on her plate trying to push Jen Sidwell out of deception, but she always has time to micromanage her family's drama. Tracy knows Michael has been pushing this narrative that Chase and Willow are having an affair, and now she is seeing it with her own two eyes. Mark my words. Tracy is going to use this information to cause absolute destruction. And don't even get me started on poor Brooklyn. I honestly feel so bad for her right now. Brooklyn Quartermain Chase is completely, utterly clueless. She is walking around the mansion, completely unaware that her husband is down at the boathouse, getting a secret job offer from his ex-wife. Someone comes up to Brooklyn and asks for her forgiveness, and she is just standing there looking puzzled. Like, forgiven for what? Honestly, forgiven for what? Is it about the hit and run? Because we all know Brooklyn is hiding the massive secret that she was the driver in that accident. And Michael knows about it, and he is totally going to use it to blow up her marriage. Brooklyn has no idea that her life is about to fall apart. She has no idea about the DC job offer. But, who is going to tell her, Tracy? As soon as Tracy gets back into the house, she is going to march right up to Brooklyn and spill the tea, and Brooklyn is going to lose her mind. I am calling it now. This is going to end badly for everyone involved. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, let's completely shift gears because we need to talk about Christina Corinthos Davis. I honestly cannot handle the Davis girls right now. So Michael is talking to Christina, and he is asking her all these questions about her big move. He literally asks her, what exactly do you need to do? Because in case you missed it, Christina dropped the absolute bombshell that she got accepted into medical school at UCLA, and she is moving to the West Coast, which good for her. But also, when does Christina want to be a doctor? But whatever. She says the trauma of losing the surrogate baby pushed her to do it. But here is the crazy part. She hasn't told anyone except Molly. Michael is standing there realizing the logistical nightmare of this move. He brings up Charlie's pub. Christina owns Charlie's pub. Sonny gave her that pub. What is she going to do with it? She can't manage a bar in New York from a medical school library in California. Is she going to sell it? Doubtful, because it was a gift from her dad and she is super sentimental about it. She is going to need someone to manage it, and Michael is probably standing there like, you haven't thought this through at all. But the biggest issue here, which is actually making me physically anxious, is that she hasn't told her parents. She hasn't told Alexis Davis, who's still actively grieving the tragic death of Sam McCall. Alexis literally just lost one daughter, and now her other daughter is packing her bags and moving across the country. Alexis is going to completely break down, and Sonny Corinthos is going to flip a table. He loves having his kids close by so he can control them. Protect them. When Sonny finds out Christina is leaving, he is going to lose his actual mind. Michael is probably shocked, if not downright horrified that he is the one finding out before the parents. I would not want to be in the room when Alexis and Sonny get this news. It is going to be so dramatic. Okay, where was I? Right, so let's talk about Turning Woods. Because if you thought the boathouse was crazy, the Turning Woods situation is giving me literal nightmares. Valentin, Cassadine, and Carly are at Turning Woods visiting Jack Brennan. Yes, Valentin and Carly are teaming up, which is a duo I never knew I needed, but now I am obsessed with. Valentin looks at Jack Brennan, who is totally faking his locked-in syndrome, by the way. Thanks to Nina throwing away the paralytic dose. And Valentin says, my help comes with a price. The chills that went down my spine, Valentin is in full Cassadine mode right now. But let's back up because the context here is wild. Jack Brennan had to send a coded message to Valentin, and he used Nina Reeves as the messenger. Nina literally went to Carly's house to deliver this message, which is hilarious because Carly and Nina hate each other, but the stakes are too high right now. The code word was ex machina. Ex machina. When I heard that, my jaw literally unhinged. Because why did he send that code? Because Ross Cullum, who is an absolute menace and needs to be stopped immediately, threatened Jack with death. Cullum told Jack he had to give him the code to open a black box. And not just any black box. Jack described this box as potentially exploding if it isn't opened correctly. Does that sound familiar? Because it sounds exactly like the conundrum box that was found with Cesar Faison's effects years ago. I am a massive GH lore nerd, and when they brought up the exploding box, I lost it. Cesar Faison was an absolute psycho, and he had this box that could only be opened by a certain person. If anyone else tried, boom. So now Cullum has a similar box, or maybe the same box, and he needs it opened. And who is the only person who can open it? Valentin. Because Valentin has all those deep, dark ties to the WSB and the Cassadines and Faison's old network. Valentin knows he holds all the cards right now, which is why he is telling Jack that his help comes with a price. What does Valentin want? Protection for Carly. A new hideout because he knows Nina might rat him out to Cullum. I don't even know, but I am so invested I can't sleep. And don't even get me started on Windermere. I swear to you, Windermere is the absolute epicenter of bad decisions right now. Lucas Jones is stressing me out so badly, I might need to take a walk. Lucas is supposed to be part of this super stealthy, highly coordinated takedown team with Sonny and Laura to break Jen Sidwell's butler Pascal. But Lucas is going rogue. Lucas is literally standing there at Windermere, and he says he'll shoot first and ask questions later. He is talking about Sidwell because guess what? Detective Joe Fitzpatrick just showed up at the castle. Dante Falconeri dispatched Joe to go to Windermere and formally ask Pascal Levesque about the murder of Marco Rios. Which, by the way, Marco was the love of Lucas's life. And Ross Cullum killed him because of some messy past between Lucas and Pascal. It's all connected. So Joe shows up and Sidwell is furious. Sidwell hates cops at his door. And what is Lucas doing? Lucas is taunting Pascal right in front of Sidwell. Lucas is literally poking the bear with a stick. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen, Lucas, stop it. He is putting himself in so much danger. Lucas is acting purely out of grief and vengeance. And he thinks he is invincible because Sonny is backing him up. But Lucas doesn't know the whole truth. Lucas doesn't know that Jen Sidwell literally shot Henry Dalton in cold blood right in front of Britt Westbourne. Sidwell is a cold-blooded killer. If Sidwell gets annoyed enough, he won't hesitate to put a bullet in Lucas. He literally shoots first and asks questions later, just like Lucas said. The irony, meanwhile, Sonny and Laura are off somewhere discussing their master plan, completely unaware that Lucas is about to get himself killed. They are so confident. They are discussing how to get Pascal to turn on Sidwell, and Sonny assures Laura that if they offer Sidwell a suspect, Sidwell will bite. Sonny thinks they can manipulate Sidwell into turning on Pascal. But the big question, and Laura was so right to be worried about this, is will Sidwell bite Pascal, or will he bite Lucas Sidwell's loyalty to Pascal might be stronger than they think? If Sidwell realizes Lucas is trying to frame or break his right-hand man, Sidwell is going to target Lucas. And let's not forget the absolute circus that was at Windermere earlier. Tracy Quartermain, Ava Jerome, Lucy Coe, and Brooklyn were all there trying to threaten Sidwell with an FTC audit to get him out of deception. It was a literal clown car of Port Charles icons showing up to yell at this international criminal. By now, Tracy and Brooklyn have gone home, which is how Tracy ends up at the boathouse catching Chase and Willow. See how it all connects, but the tension at the castle is still thick enough to cut with a knife. Honestly, I am so overwhelmed. Between Willow trying to send Chase to Washington, D.C., Michael pulling the strings like a creepy puppet master, Christina secretly packing her bags for UCLA while her parents are clueless, Valentine negotiating over an exploding Phazon box, and Lucas practically begging Jen Sidwell to shoot him. I am exhausted. I need a nap. But, I am going to be glued to my screen tomorrow because I have to know what happens next. Mark my words, someone is going to end up in the hospital or jail by the end of the week. I'm calling it now. Okay, I have to go process all of this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments because I am losing my mind.